It seems like the new multi-billion-dollar fad out there is the creation of these sustainable, futuristic green cities. Well, strap in because America's about to get a new desert paradise, Telosa, that will cost hundreds of billions. Billionaire Mark Lore has gone into great detail about his plans for Telosa. It is supposed to be a fully sustainable, eco-friendly metropolis that will change the way big cities operate around the world by showing a better example of how to operate. As you might expect, nothing about building the city of the future will be inexpensive. It's one of the biggest projects in the works in the United States right now. The city will take decades to complete, with several building phases that will each run up a small fortune. The first phase, which looks to work on 1,500 acres for 50,000 potential residents, is said to cost over $25 billion. The entire project has a projection of over $400 billion. Anyone who follows these kinds of projects knows that even that $400 billion estimate is probably on the low side. So where exactly do you build a giant city like this? Well, since it will likely cost well over $500 billion to bring this dream city to life, constructing Telosa on the cheapest land possible is absolutely the way to go. That's why they intend to construct Telosa on cheap desert land. Several areas have been proposed for the country's coolest new city to break ground on. Those include deserts in Utah, Idaho, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, and Appalachia. While there is a bit of a competition underway to see which of these areas will nab a sustainable cyberpunk city, the rumor is that Arizona is actually the top contender, because a fun desert city in Nevada would never work, right? Perhaps the most important thing for a planned city in early development is its design. You can throw all of the numbers and sales pitches you want at people, but if they can't visualize the paradise you're wanting to create, they won't actually believe in it. Well, Lore and the team are certainly on top of that. The early designs of their Utopia have been drafted by legendary Danish architect Bjarke Ingels. He hit it right out of the park, too. The first thing your eye is drawn to are the unique skyscrapers. Two enormous buildings that curve inward like gigantic cones stand watch over the urban environment beneath them. The designs from street view are just as breathtaking. Buildings have greenery hanging over the walls. Cacti that remain from the area's desert roots line the walkways as shoppers and commuters alike hustle and bustle their way through cute city blocks with irregular designs. While most people have remarked at how the place looks like an idealized version of the future, others have criticized that it looks like some kind of unhinged dystopia. To be fair, it does look a little bit like the Capitol from Hunger Games. While all of these designs are cool, there's one that literally stands above the rest, both figuratively and literally. The larger of the two towers is not only the focal point for the entire city system, but a symbol for its values as well. It's called Equitism Tower. It's meant to be a beacon for the city, sort of like the city's very own Statue of Liberty and Empire State Building, all rolled into one. Aside from offering space for renters and businesses, Equitism Tower will also feature valuable services for the community as a whole. That includes water storage, solar power, and indoor aeroponic farms. 60 years from now, you'll visit Telosa, and this will be the first tourist landmark you hit. Telosa makes quite a few bold claims about the kind of futuristic utopia it will be. Their basic claims are that they will have 100% renewable energy, 20% food residency, 90% water reduction, zero waste, and 500 square feet per capita of open space. That is quite a lot. They also say that their city will have a big investment in diversity, equity, and inclusion. This will include their 4 pillars: to honor mutual respect and shared dignity in all city operations, to support businesses and organizations in developing policies and protocols to create opportunity and close equity gaps, to eliminate organizational and administrative barriers to equitable opportunity, and to recognize and appreciate individual uniqueness as assets to the Telosa community. Obviously, this is a tall order, and we'll just have to see it to believe it. Their biggest flex on the entire world involves their fierce commitment to eco-friendly vehicles on their streets. A car that burns fossil fuels will not be allowed on the streets of Telosa. While most people will concentrate on the ways that Telosa pushes sustainable energy and green living, there's actually something even more impressive about its layout. Telosa is designed to be what they call a 15-minute city. That is a city in which any important location, be it work, school, or services, in the city can be reached from a citizen's home within 15 minutes, no matter where they are. This will not only reduce everyone's commute time and stress level, but it is a promise towards Telosa having communities with equal geographic opportunities no matter what neighborhood you live in. There are many crazy design plans and proposed technological advancements that, if successful, will likely change all of our daily lives everywhere. Of course, for millions of us, that lifestyle change will be up close and personal. Telosa's big city population is expected to arrive by 2050 with a projection of 5 million residents. While all of this sounds like some crazy dream no one will ever see until the 2050s, their projections are very different. They state that doors will be open in 2030 for residents. No good sci-fi city of the future is complete without a billionaire idealist who uses the city as a way to advocate for his own philosophical tastes. Literally, the name Telosa comes from the Greek word telos, which means purpose. This not-so-subtle title shows that this city is more than just a cool-looking city of the future. Telosa, like the utopian future from Star Trek or BioShock's Rapture, exists to sell the world on his own personal philosophy. For him, it's what he calls a reformed version of capitalism. In his own words, he describes the city as a new model for society, where wealth is created in a fair way. It's not burdening the wealthy, it's not increasing taxes. It is simply giving back to the citizens and the people the wealth that they helped create. The city is designed around a Georgist philosophy from economist Henry George. This philosophy proposes a radically different way land ownership is viewed. Basically, under the proposed laws of Telosa, any citizen will be able to build or sell a home in the area. The land would be shared by all residents by a huge community endowment. Apparently, countries around the world are going to invest over $41 trillion into turning normal cities into future cities. So look forward to this city of the future coming to a city right near you.